But
Yeah,
because
a normal boy.
yeah,
My nephew.
I was a normal boy. And what happened with that is I used to get called naughty, like the word naughty. And I was just like, and it just always rings a bell. So then when this incident happened and I walked past the lounge room, and the adult movie was on, my father's words, he said, "Don't worry about this, son. These are just naughty adult movies." So the first thing that I did with that, and anyone who's got an understanding of anchors and attachments in the brain and thought pattern, which is one of my areas of expertise, is that we attach and we anchor words to meanings, to emotions. And in that moment, I realized that my father would spend more time watching that than he would spending time with me. And I made a story, I created a narrative. It became my paradigm that I was no longer good enough to spend time with. So then I said, if I'm naughty and those movies are naughty, well, then we can spend time together because we're both naughty. And then by the age of 14, it became an addiction. And then I moved all the way through till I was 32. And how I really conquered that was understanding that I created a defense mechanism over here, which was to hide, and a facade. I like to call it an unhealthy coping mechanism, which was a few of them is the soul wounds of rejection and abandonment. And then there was the defense mechanism of denial and what's it called? Sublimation. So the defense mechanism of sublimation, according to Sigmund Freud, is that I take what's not sociably acceptable over here and I go and do something with it that's sociably accepted over here. It's called sublimation, defense mechanism of sublimation. Now, what I did over here was I wanted to make sure that in everybody else's eyes, I was perfect. So I created this exceptionality over here in my work, in my sport, in my schooling, in my study. Like then I really, especially my work, from the ages of like 14 all the way through to 32, I worked from the age of 14 and 9 months. I started working at McDonald's, and then I got another job at a telecom after my school certificate. So then what I did was I did this thing called sexual transmutation, which you would understand if you've read the book Think and Grow Rich, chapter 11. It's where you get the sexual desire and you transmute it into energy that you can use elsewhere. So the idea of sublimation, something that's not sociably accepted over here that I hid behind, I used it as an escape from the world. And over here, I was like the perfect thing. I tried to make sure that everybody likes me. So how I then harness that to now educate others is the addiction was not the movies. The addiction was the self-sabotaging talk that I was using in my mind, thinking that I had to do that to hide this because I thought this was so taboo. So the sabotaging self-talk is the addiction, not the actual output of what I was watching, what I was doing. And this goes for society. So gambling, sex, drugs, alcohol, cigarettes. It's not, the output. Even people are addicted to work. Even people are addicted to coffee, addicted to chocolate, addicted to spending time with social people. The addiction, that's not the addiction. The addiction is the self-talk, is the continuous sabotaging cycle of language that we use towards ourselves.
That's really powerful. I'm just thinking like there's so many things. I'm addicted to social media, maybe. There are so many things. So when did you actually now realize that, you know what, I have overcome this and now I need to use these tools to help others? And how did you start that? How did you start that journey? Because you say that you worked from the age of almost 15 years. And all this time, when did you become this public figure to touch people's lives and to change your experience, to help people that this is what I've gone through, you can also do it?
What I started to realize was that the